A modern American miracle. Your neighborhood supermarket. 48,000 items under one roof.
Oh boy, it's just like a playground of food.
You're looking at the abundance of America, in a way.
Absolutely.
You gotta see what I found over here.
A $500 billion industry that touches us all.
You are empowered to make somebody's day.
Did you find everything you needed today?
Take a deep breath because we're gonna wow you.
$1.5 billion worth of groceries sold every day, reflecting what we want and who we are.
I'll bet most people think they're pretty good shoppers.
And I can tell you they're not. Welcome.
A brutal business where the competition is relentless.
We labor over a penny here, a nickel here, a dime there. Profits are very slim. It's very competitive.
What you don't know about supermarkets.
What's the strangest thing that's ever happened in the store?
It's hard to define strange.
What they do know about you.
Anything you do in a supermarket is fair game.
You know more about me than I want you to know.
Behind the familiar facade, there's a vast industry at work, all designed to lure you in ways you can't begin to imagine. I'm Tyler Mathisen. This is Supermarkets Inc., inside a $500 billion money machine.
Step into the new town square, a coffee shop, a sushi bar, even an opera house. A bright and shining example of America the Bountiful. All in just one supermarket in the suburbs of Pittsburgh.
We take a look at the banana rack and dairy, please.
Dan Crow manages this Giant Eagle Market District store.
How you doing today, man?
And giant it is. At 150,000 square feet, it's more than 3 times the size of the typical supermarket. Crow's job requires a walkie-talkie,
Ben from maintenance,
and walking shoes.
Ron, where can I meet you at?
Keeping his giant eagle eye on every one of its more than 65,000 products, 20,000 more than the average store.
How you doing today, man?
People come to a grocery store 2, 3, sometimes 5 days a week, let's say. So they think they understand it. What would surprise them about the shopping experience, about what goes on here in this place they think they know?
I think what would surprise them would be what happens behind the scenes. What it takes to get these salads up and ready. What it takes to get a service meat case ready and presentable. I think they'd be really surprised as far as what goes on behind the scenes.
It's a 24/7 marathon to keep the shelves, cases, and displays
That looks nice.
filled day after day. In this one store alone, that's 1,100 gallons of milk, 400 varieties of cheese, 250 kinds of beer, and 3/4 of a ton of beef every day. And to move all that, the store has 650 employees, 31 checkout aisles, even a full-time olive oil specialist.
143.01.
I think the thing that gets them most excited is it's hard for them to grasp the number of people that it takes to make this happen.
So this is where the supply chain...
As the head of Giant Eagle's supply chain, Larry Baldoff has to make sure each of his 226 stores has just the right mix of the tens of thousands of products each sells.
How do you do this amazing choreography of having the right amount of stuff on the shelves on the right day in the right season?
It really is like an orchestra, and we are the conductors and the supply chain in the middle. We're getting requests from the customer who says they want something from us. We're getting requests from the retail store who says my customer wants something.
And there you go. Have a nice day.
But where do supermarkets do their shopping? For Giant Eagle, it's here at their main distribution center in Crafton, Pennsylvania.
In this building, we ship about 457,000 cases of product out to our Giant Eagle stores weekly.
A 14-acre warehouse swarming with robotic carts and forklifts.
What they will do, they will travel the aisle, and they have a voice-activated system in their ear that's telling them what to select for each store and how many cases.
It's high-tech bagging, using state-of-the-art common sense.
Every day, the stores send their orders in, we select that product, ship it out to the stores, and in the produce world, we basically empty the building every day.
Just take their top-selling item, bananas. Giant Eagle sells more than 33 million pounds of bananas a year, just a sliver of the 7.5 billion pounds of bananas Americans consume annually. And timing is crucial. 90,000 pounds of them arrive at their warehouse every day from Central America, a full 2 weeks before they'll reach store shelves.
When they come in, they're actually green, and we put them in the banana rooms to ripen them.
Every banana spends between 3 and 5 days in one of 13 ripening rooms. It's only then that they're sent off to the stores.
We're trying to orchestrate it so that we work right on what the customer wants, because bringing in product they don't need or aren't going to buy, that doesn't help anybody.
And what doesn't sell doesn't go to waste. The supply chain process is so streamlined today that only a tiny percentage ends up in food banks or the trash. And while this store sells everything from white bread to rattlesnake meat, yes, rattlesnake meat, most shoppers are just looking for the basics.
Butter,
dish liquid,
Kool-Aid, fresh veggies, Coke, steak,
shoes, coffee filter,
bread, Ziploc bags, water, milk, granola bars, bologna, creamer, ice cream pizza.
In a world where it's nearly impossible to please anybody, a supermarket has to please everybody. Whether it's a Ralph's in LA, a Winn-Dixie in Tampa, or an IGA in Dayton. But no matter where they are, every supermarket in America plays second fiddle to the industry's biggest player, Walmart. The largest retailer on the planet sells roughly a quarter of all groceries in the U.S. Walmart has also managed to gobble up increasing market share in a $550 billion industry that's grown stagnant due to rising food costs and price-conscious customers. And while its competitors have to compete with Walmart on price, they also have to keep up with the bells and whistles of Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. It's a costly balancing act that can bring down the small or the mighty. In 2010, A&P, once the leading supermarket chain in the nation, declared bankruptcy. In more ways than one, a supermarket these days has to be more super than ever.
They come and listen to the music. They eat lunch. It's not an old supermarket with straight aisles and fluorescence overhead.
We tried very hard not to make it an old kind of supermarket. Yes, we really wanted to make this a place where people wanted to come and spend time.
Laura Corrett is the creative force behind Giant Eagle's Market District, a new kind of store for the family-owned company with annual sales of more than $8 billion.
You must know that all of these displays, all of these little demonstrations, all of these little free samples, they must pay off, right?
It's both an art and a science, and I can't tell you that every single one of these things pays off. But what I can tell you is the net combination of all of them pays off.
You guys want curbside pickup today?
We hear the mythology about how tight the margins are in the grocery business.
It's not mythology.
$2.46 is your change today?
In what's called a penny industry, with margins of just 1 or 2%, there's big money at risk with every display, every flourish.
Some of what you see here obviously sprung from your own imagination or from other things that you've seen around. You borrow from your competitors and they from you, I assume.
Absolutely. I think you're giving us too much credit when you say it came from our imagination. We're very fond of the term search and reapply. And actually something my grandfather used to say was, you don't have to be smart, you just have to know who to copy.
And the chain that's copied more than any other is that high-end purveyor of wholesomeness, Whole Foods.
Anything else for you?
Their story coming up. But first, what you should know about what supermarkets know.
There is a wireless network, so it knows generally that you're here in the cereal aisle.
The art of filling your cart. When Supermarkets Inc. returns.